The only thing that is constant in life is change. And a lot of times we don't necessarily have the best relationship with change, right? It can be jarring, it can be unexpected, and it can be really anxiety filled because change may not always be changed for the better, okay? But change is definitely something that you need to get comfortable with, especially in 2025, because 2025 is the year for transformation. Everything changes this year. However, I want you to also keep in mind that change also equals breakthroughs, okay? And that is definitely the case for this year, especially for right now as we enter Aquarius season. So in this video, I'm gonna be discussing Uranus, how it can lead to breakthroughs, and what you can do practically to take advantage of this transformative energy that we have at our fingertips. All right, so stick around. You definitely don't wanna miss this. Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If this is our first time meeting, welcome. My name is Mel. I'm a professional astrologer and sound therapist, and I'm the founder of Divine Feminine Works, where I help people unlock their divinity and discover their magic. And as always, if you are returning, welcome back. So today's video is all about Uranus energy, and I'm doing this video today and posting it today because today is the first day of Aquarius season, and one of the ruling planets of Aquarius is Uranus. All right, now entering into Aquarius season can feel a little weird or wonky because that's the energy signature of Aquarius. It's weird, it's wonky, it's quirky, it's innovative, and it's futuristic. But most importantly, I feel like the Aquarius energy signature has a lot to do with breakthroughs, sudden changes, and relinquishing control. All right, these are the three important facets of this season that you will definitely need to keep in mind. All right, so without further ado, let's jump in and talk about Uranus energy. So in astrology, Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, breakthroughs. I like to call Uranus the hand of God because it can be chaotic. And a lot of times we don't necessarily understand Uranus energy, all right? And the fact that we don't understand it leads me to what I said before, right? It's about relinquishing control and being able to roll with the punches. Uranus, like I said, is sudden change. So being grounded and stuck is definitely the antithesis to Uranus energy. You've got to be free-flowing, adaptable, and ready to move at a moment's notice. And you may be thinking, so why is that so important? Like when it comes to change, why does that even matter? It's because we understand, or we should understand, that change is just not what we do ourselves. Change happens when we work in tandem with spirit. And the way that spirit works can be erratic, it can be chaotic, it can be a lot of things that we don't understand. And so that's why it's important to relinquish control, right? You know the saying, man plans, God laughs? That's because a lot of times we make plans, especially when it comes to change and transformation, from a very limited vantage point. We're like, this is how it has to happen. This is how it has to be done. When we relinquish control and tap into the energy of Uranus, we let spirit drive the car, even if it seems like spirit is driving us off a cliff, knowing and understanding that we will land safely and exactly where we need to be. So embracing sudden change will allow not only for breakthroughs, but will allow for exactly what we need when we need it. That is the energy signature of Uranus. Uranus in your natal chart can tell you a lot about not only where you experience sort of erratic energy in your life, but also where you can experience breakthroughs. Now, Uranus is an outer planet, so how it is expressed in your natal chart really speaks to like the generation that you were born in. Although it does have a personal implication depending on the house that it's in, when it comes to your Uranus sign, it sort of shows you how your generation innovates and invents new things, right? So let's say you've got Uranus in Aquarius. You're part of that generation that's all about tech. Or if you've got Uranus in Taurus, you're really redefining values and money, right? It shows you where you can innovate. Now, when you look at where Uranus is in your chart by house, this is where you'll understand how you will experience a personal breakthrough. So let's say that you've got Uranus in your first house. This is the area of life, meaning yourself and your body, where you'll experience erratic changes and where you can experience a breakthrough. You've got Uranus in your 7th house. Relationships can be very erratic, but relationships can ultimately help you move into the future. So the sign of Uranus in your natal chart sort of gives you a generational view, whereas the house will tell you how Uranus personally affects you. And then finally, any aspects to or from Uranus can definitely show you how that energy of Uranus plays out in your life. It just gives you some extra information. So let's say you've got Sun trine Uranus. You will always be very, very much aware of the breakthroughs in your life. Or let's say you've got Uranus conjunct Venus. Random relationships and random encounters are really how you move into the future. All right. So Uranus in your natal chart can tell you a whole lot. Now, where things get really interesting are Uranus transits. So transits refer to the movement of Uranus currently as it relates to your natal chart. So whatever Uranus is currently doing in the sky as it relates to your personal natal chart. And whenever we have a Uranus transit, this is when we will experience shakeups, sudden changes, and oftentimes chaos in our lives. Now, Uranus doesn't move too quickly. Uranus takes about 7 years to get through a sign. So wherever Uranus is currently in the sky as it relates to your natal chart is where you're experiencing some chaos. So for instance, since 2018, Uranus has been in the sign of Taurus. For me as a Taurus rising, Taurus is my first house. So when it comes to myself, my body, my outlook, this is where I've been experiencing chaos and sudden changes. By way of sudden changes, between 2018 and now, like my weight has fluctuated like crazy. I've lost 50 pounds. I've gained like 10, then lost another 10. Like my weight has gone up and down, which is very indicative of a Uranus transit through the first house. So you'll want to take a look at where Uranus is currently in the sky and compare it to where that happens to be in your natal chart. So currently Uranus is in Taurus. It's about to move into Gemini. So look to see where Taurus and Gemini are in your chart. This is not only where you're experiencing a little chaos, but these are the areas of life where you can experience a breakthrough. And speaking of breakthrough, let's talk about how we can harness this erratic energy. Whenever we're talking about Uranus, we're talking about freedom. We're talking about liberation. And so in that vein, when it comes to the best way to use Uranus energy, let go. This is not the time to try to control. It's not the time to micromanage. It's the time to literally throw your hands up and say, Spirit, you got this, right? Because breakthroughs, I like to think of breakthroughs as the universe's way of leveling us up, right? There's but so much that we can do on our own. And don't get me wrong, we are divine beings having a human experience, right? So we have immense power. We have a lot of power to create our reality, but there still is so much beyond us. And if we limit ourselves to just what we know and what we can do, we limit what we can achieve and what we can have and even what we can be. So to use the energy of Uranus, you have to let go. You have to embrace change. You have to go with the flow, roll with the punches, and hold on tight. I know you've seen that meme where it's like this girl is on one of those teacup things and she's like holding on for dear life. Yeah, that's Uranus in action. So just let it happen. The worst, don't even think about the worst. The way Uranus works is like, Uranus is like, listen, just trust me. We'll get to where we need to go, even if you get there scared and your edges snatched, all right? So let go, relinquish control, and be open to new possibilities. Uranus is all about innovation. And if you're stuck in a dusty-ass mindset, Uranus won't work for you. You need to jailbreak your mind. You need to talk to other people. You need to research. You need to embrace change. And most importantly, embrace the unknown so you can go where you haven't gone before. That's the essence of liberation. That's the essence of freedom. And that's definitely the essence of Uranus energy. So let go, roll with the punches, go with the flow, and be open to the possibilities. All right, so to wrap this up with a nice bow, look at where Uranus is in your natal chart. This is where you can experience breakthroughs. Pay attention to the transit of Uranus so that you know exactly how to roll with the energy. And when it comes to Uranus energy, just let go and experience and keep your mind open to new possibilities. All right, if you want to know more about Uranus energy and specifically how to use it this year to change your life, I definitely have you covered. My workshop this month is entitled The Cosmic Key, Manifesting Success in 2025. I will be using astrology, numerology, and sound therapy to help you get structured and stable for success in 2025. We're going to be discussing Uranus, Saturn, Venus, how to create a plan for your career, how to make a plan for more money and move into the future successfully. All right, if you want to know more, the link is in the description box below. Early bird pricing ends on January 21st, so definitely be quick, fast, and in a hurry when it comes to signing up. All right, my loves. So hopefully you were able to get at least one important piece of information that you can use going into the future and definitely going into the rest of 2025. All right, my loves, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.